What day is it? Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm Kelly. For those of you who don't know me, I am a wife, a mom of 8. I've got 2 sets of twins, a set of triplets, and a single. And I wanted to come on tonight and share a little bit about my story and share how I came to find the Faster Way, because so many of you have asked me about what Faster Way is, and I feel like I share about it a lot, but apparently I don't share enough because so many of you don't know what it is. So where do I start? So let's just start. It was back after I had my triplets. So in 2015, I had my triplets, and about a year after having them, I was dealing with severe exhaustion to the point where I could not drive to work. I was at that time I was driving about 30 minutes to work, and I could not even drive to work without hitting myself to try to keep myself awake. I would turn the air conditioning full blast, and even that would not keep me awake. And one day I was driving to work, and I remember sitting at a stoplight, and I was like, I'm just going to rest my eyes for a minute. And within that minute, I don't even think it was a full minute, I closed my eyes and I fell asleep. And the next thing I knew, I rolled into the car in front of me and I hit them. And not only was it embarrassing, but it was such a wake-up call for me, because what if I had fallen asleep driving over the bridge, because I drove over a huge bridge every single day, and what if I had killed someone else or killed myself? And so I realized how severe it was, and I needed to get help at that point, because this was not just normal mom exhaustion. There was something wrong with me. And so finally I went to a doctor. They did a bunch of blood work, and that's when they found out I had hypothyroidism. And the doctor is actually the one that recommended I try intermittent fasting. She was like, it's really helpful in regulating your hormones and helping with increasing energy. And at the time, I wanted nothing to do with it. I'll be honest. I thought it was starvation. I had no clue what I was doing. I really didn't know where to start. And so when she recommended it to me, I just kind of blew it off and didn't really think much about it. So at that time, I didn't really make a lot of changes because I didn't know where to start other than medication. And so I just went on medication, and that did help me a little bit at the time. It kind of band-aided my issues, but it didn't really help me to get to the root of what was really going on. And so around that same time, my friend started doing this thing called Faster Way. It's actually called Faster Way to Fat Loss, but I always call it Faster Way because I don't really like the name Faster Way to Fat Loss. I like the name Faster Way because I really truly believe it's about whole health. I don't believe it's about just fat loss. And so my friend started doing this thing called Faster Way, and I just saw how much it was impacting her life. She was dealing with a lot of the same things I was dealing with. She had thyroid issues, and she was a new mom, and so she was exhausted, and she was having trouble losing the baby weight, but she was also just, dealing with that complete exhaustion. And so I saw her go from that to having all this energy. She was eating an enormous amount of food, and it looked so good. And she was also feeling good and looked amazing. And so after watching her go through the program and hearing her rave about it and eat all this great food, and hearing some of my other friends go through the program, I decided to finally sign up. And long story short, I fell in love, and it completely changed my health. Prior to going through the program, I have always had a passion for nutrition and fitness, but it completely changed my relationship with food and exercise. I have always thought that I needed to exercise more and eat less in order to get results, and that is so far from the truth. And this truly changed the way that I look at exercise and food. For the first time ever, I learned that I need to eat more and exercise less. And I also learned how much I need to properly fuel my body. And I not only healed my relationship with food, but I also was able to heal my body from the hypothyroidism. I was able to regain my energy and not feel like I needed to take a nap every day at 3 p.m., which is what I had to do prior when I was dealing with the hypothyroidism. In addition to that, I was dealing with absence of menstrual cycles prior to Fast Away, and that's actually why we had so much difficulty in getting pregnant. We struggled with infertility for 5 years. And after going through Fast Away, I ended up regaining my menstrual cycles, and I have a very normal cycle. And so we actually we joke around, we call it Fast Away to fertility, because we have seen so many people get pregnant through the Fast Away, because it helps regulate your hormones, and it helps to help you get pregnant, because when your hormones are healthy, it actually helps you to get pregnant too. So there's just so many amazing benefits. So this isn't just about getting skinny and fat loss. This is about truly helping you get well and prevent disease, and to feel good and to have energy so you can live out your purpose. And that is why I am so passionate about sharing this with other moms and with other women, and to help them to feel good and to be able to run around with their kids, and to be able to do the things that God is calling them to. So anyways, that is kind of my story. So in terms of Fast Away, I wanted to share a little bit about the principles that we focus on, because that is something, some of the questions that I've gotten recently. So as far as we focus on 3 main principles, and we also focus on whole food nutrition. So if it comes from the ground or has a mother, those are the types of foods that we're going to be focusing on. Real food. There's no shakes, there's no supplements. With that said, we do focus on the 80-20. So if you want to have treats, or if you want to go and eat that ice cream, if you want to go have that pizza with your kid or whatever, we also are going to enjoy those things. We're not about deprivation. We want you to enjoy life and have fun, and there's no restriction. So we're going to focus on whole foods 80% of the time, and then still enjoy the other things. But we do want to fuel your body with good whole foods, because that's what is going to fuel your body and make you feel the best, and provide your body with lots of micronutrients and vitamins, and going to really help your body to feel its best. The other thing that we focus on is something called intermittent fasting, which I know a lot of you guys have probably heard of, and that is the one thing that my doctor had recommended I do initially. And in Fast Away, we teach you how to do it safely. Prior to Fast Away, I had tried intermittent fasting, but I had no clue how to do it safely. And honestly, if you're not doing it safely, you can actually really hurt your thyroid. And so it is important that you know how to do it correctly, and that you're eating enough within your eating window. It is not supposed to be a diet. It's not supposed to be starvation. You're just eating the same amount of food within a certain amount of time. So it is important that you do it correctly, and that you have a coach to walk you through how to do it properly. But it is so healing to your body, and there are so many amazing benefits to it. The other strategy that we utilize is called carb cycling. So we strategically cycle our carbs. So on certain days we do lower carb days, and then other days we do higher carb days. And the purpose behind that is really to trick your body into burning fat. And so we don't want to do low carb days long term, because we don't want to hurt our hormones. And You know, you see a lot of people, especially right now, doing the lower carb diets, and those work temporarily, but long term, those can have detrimental effects on your thyroid and your hormones. And so, although you can get quick results with those, long term, those can have really negative effects on your hormones and your thyroid. So we want to make sure that you are you're not having negative effects on either of those things. And who wants to eliminate carbs long term? Carbs are very yummy. So carb cycling is kind of the best of both worlds. You get to continue to eat carbs and you're not negatively affecting your hormones or your thyroid. So that is the second strategy that we utilize. And then the third strategy that we utilize is called macros. We track our macros, and the purpose behind tracking macros instead of calories is we are just tracking our carbs, fats, and proteins. And the reason behind that is we want to make sure you're getting enough fats, carbs, proteins in your diet, because let's just say, for instance, you go to eat 1,500 calories. If I ate 1,500 calories of a Big Mac, obviously I'm not going to get as much nutrients in 1,500 calories of a Big Mac as I get in 1,500 calories of a well-balanced meal, right? So the purpose of tracking macros is you are going to get a lot more nutrients from a well-balanced meal than you are from just counting calories. And so the purpose of tracking macros is to make sure that you are fueling your body with enough food. It's not about restriction. It's not about deprivation. And honestly, the purpose of it is so that you can eventually do it intuitively. I don't have to track macros anymore because I know exactly what my body needs. And so the purpose of it is so that you can eventually do this intuitively and be able to make sure that your body gets what it needs. But it's very eye-opening to see what your body needs initially. And so we customize it. And every single person has different needs. So when you come into the program, you're going to get customized goals, and your goals are going to be different than anyone else in the program. So it's going to be very specific to you, your body type, your goals, your age, your weight, everything that comes into the program. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. Let me know if you have any other questions. When you get started, you get a certified coach, which would be me. I walk you through 6 weeks. We walk through 6 weeks of the program together. You get put into an accountability group. I have live trainings every single week where I teach you the strategies, and I break down each of these strategies so that I teach them to you. And sorry, I got a notification. So I teach you those strategies and I break them down. And so then in those 6 weeks, we are learning those strategies and building on them so that you're never overwhelmed. And I build a strong foundation so that way, after the 6 weeks, you can live out this lifestyle and you know how to do this. It's not a quick fix, and you know how to do this long term. And it's really an education of a lifestyle. Like, you're going to know how to take this, and you're never going to be able to forget the education that you learned within the 6 weeks. It's really incredible. It completely changed my health, and that's why I'm excited to be able to share it with you and to not only educate you, but be able to educate you so that you can then educate your children, and for them to be able to educate their children, because it really is education that is going to change lives. So let me know if you have any questions, drop them below. And I'm excited for all of you that are joining me for my January 31st round. It kicks off this upcoming Monday. And if you are interested in joining, I will put the link in the comments below. All right, see you guys on Monday. All right, bye.